Welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Marathon. We're gonna do Vanilla Skyrim today, and we're gonna put it through its paces on the 2 hour marathon run. We're gonna use this video as kind of a reference video on our channel, where you can refer back to it with the chapters and see how far we've come in today's world with the mod list compared to what the original Skyrim looks like. We're playing this on 4K, maxed out settings, completely zero mods. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me put the metrics on. See what kind of FPS we're getting. So 60 FPS, GPU utilization 64%. I gotta say, again, this is of course updated for the special edition, so it isn't the original Skyrim that came out in 2011. This is the original vanilla Skyrim in a sense that this is what Bethesda pushed out as one of their final products of the game, their final iterations of that game. Again, no modded textures, but they did go ahead and remaster the game. This is the Anniversary Edition. So, I mean, it does look pretty good still. I gotta say, I like the vibe of the of how this forest looks.
You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric, the Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they've captured you...
The fog
God,
and the trees and just the overall color grading that they have on this original Skyrim. You know, I haven't quite found something that gave me the same exact vibe yet with all the EMBs out there right now.
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Debella, Kinnereth, Akatosh, Divines.
So we're gonna lead this into the character creation. You can kind of see how character creator looks. And then, because everything else is kind of something you've probably done a million times before, I'm gonna cut out the Helgen part, and then it's gonna seem like a second to you. But we're gonna start as soon as we leave Helgen. The video will resume after character creation, just to kind of have it on par with how the Modlist reviews are. Again, this is to compare and see, just for fun and out of curiosity, how far we've come with Modlist nowadays. Versus someone playing standard Skyrim without it. Zero mods.
Funny. When I was a boy, Imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
You can see the textures inside of this cart are, you know, pretty dated. But again, you know, we gotta take it for what it is. These are mostly just the 2011 textures. Maybe slightly enhanced from Bethesda when they pushed out this Anniversary Edition and Special Editions. But overall, it's kind of enjoyable. I mean, I could play it like this too. Let's see how the combat feels, considering
Face your death with some courage, big
all the mods came out enhancing it.
With you. This is a mistake.
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood.
You know, playing all of these mod lists lately, I started to think I forgot what Vanilla Skyrim looks like and plays like. And so this video was kind of essential to me to make, to kind of go as a companion with what we're doing.
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you?
Okay, as usual, I'm gonna do kind of a spell sword type of character. Let's go with... Let's try to make kind of what we did last time on our Nordic Souls playthrough. We're gonna do a high elf spell sword. Wow. I mean, you can see how far we've come with just character textures by looking at this guy and looking at his hair. Look at that. Wow. Alright, let's look at some presets. I want to say this guy looks pretty evil. Let's give him some weight. Okay, eyes. Eyes and eye color, right? That's where you'll see a lot of new enhancements with mods nowadays. Let's see here. Alright, let's just stick with that. We don't want to go too far into it to take away from what we're going to be doing next. And hairstyles. Let's take a look at the hairstyles. Man, we've come a long way with these modded hairs. This guy's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. How can we make him look decent? We gotta be looking at him a little bit, at least until we find a helmet. Let's go one more time through the hairs. God, the hair looks terrible. Okay, even the shadows over here are really bad. Alright. I'm just gonna shoot from the hip right here. Galandor, that's his name.
You are not with the Falmer Embassy, are you, High Elf? No, that can't be right. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure your remains are returned to the Somerset Isle. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Okay, so we just cleared the Helgen Cave. And we are gonna start our 2-hour playthrough right now. And see how far we make it. 2-hour timer.
He's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
Also, I'm using a controller. Good old-fashioned Skyrim style. Just like when it came out on Xbox 360. Granted, it's not a 360 controller, but similar vibes. So first impressions, combat definitely isn't as reactive when you're hitting the NPCs. I think we all know that from before, but it's gonna be interesting to see it again to remind you. I think from afar the textures look amazing. The depth of field I think is is a nice effect. It's not too strong in any way. I mean, yeah. I gotta turn the music off though. Hold on a second. It's unfortunate for copyright things because the music really adds to it. Yeah, I mean, this thing is running really smooth. Granted, it's capped at 60 FPS on 4K borderless. And but you can see, I mean, it's taking only 60% usage out of the GPU. Again, that's a 9070 XT that we're using, so it's not bad. So I think if you look closely at the textures, you'll see that's where you'll start to see its age. Like look at this dirt. Like, I don't know how that passes as usable. That does not look like it was remastered, since it hasn't been touched since 2011. And I'm surprised even in 2011 it looked this bad. But then you look at this, and this is ahead of its time. Like, trees like this. Granted, this is a remastered version, and 2011 had inferior graphics even to this, but like, it's when you get close you start to see the texture of the tree. Like, okay, look how pixelated it is, look how much detail it lacks. But from afar, I think it's an enjoyable sight to see. So anyways, let's make our way down to Riverwood, and then we're gonna make our way to Whiterun. Actually, you know what? I think I want the mage. I want to lean into the magic side of the spell sword playthrough this time. Alright, so let's take a look at third person animations. So yeah, I forgot that the third person animation was really close to the body like this. Or the third person view was really close to the body like this. And then when you draw a weapon, it pulls out a little bit, but like, for the most part, you don't see your guy's legs unless you try to look down, it seems. Okay, any effects if you burn them? Not really. Look at the water. You know, the water is ahead of its time too. Like, look at that water detail. That looks like pretty good water in my opinion. All in all, 0 mods. This looks pretty enjoyable. I know, like, Switch 2 just pushed an update for the Skyrim Special Edition, I think, or even Anniversary Edition perhaps, that has enhanced graphics and textures, but I believe it's locked at 30 FPS. I mean, they should adjust it to 60. I think it can handle on a Switch 2, but
Are you in some
Uncle,
kind of
please,
trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but
Alright.
we should go inside to talk.
we're not going to do this quest with them. We're going to continue our run. So this is Riverwood.
Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay.
Doesn't look half bad,
Inside then.
vanilla.
Sigrid will get you something to eat. And you can tell me all.
And I mean, that 60 FPS feels really smooth. Okay, this is the iconic spot to look at the water when you play Modlists. Distance. Pretty impressive, I think. But we're gonna rate it again at the end. We're gonna rate it against how it compares to other mod lists today, so that you can kind of see a comparison, um, to see how it holds up. If it's worth your time playing vanilla, or do you go with a better score on a different mod list? Granted, the last one I just played, Nordic Souls, that one like has the perfect balance between performance and visuals. If you've seen the video, um, I think that's a good middle ground. Even the one before it, Alpine, was a good vanilla plus mod list too. And again, these vanilla plus mod lists, they try to give you that same experience, right? So you can't go wrong with either of them. And they use the Simon Rim suite, which kind of overhauls a lot of aspects of like the skill trees and how experience works and all of that. So it just adds more to what you love of the game already without trying to take away from it. So if you're a purist and you're like watching this like, man, I miss original Skyrim, but I just can't do it, it's not modern enough, go for one of those vanilla plus mod lists. And you'll see later on in this channel, we're going to review non-vanilla plus type mod lists. It just so happened we hit kind of a few of those in a row. You know, Odyssey, Alpine, and Nordic Souls were all vanilla plus. Mages and Vikings was not vanilla plus, so that's one comparison there. And that one had really good visuals, but it was kind of lacking in the performance side of it. And if you can get performance to kind of be on par with like something of Nordic Souls, but maintain most of its visual fidelity, I think that is a definitely a good mod list to play.
Oh well. Must have run off.
Hey now, you be careful with that fire.
Oh, you react to the fire in my hands. That's pretty cool.
You look strong. Come to your Vasker and be a companion.
You
I am
handle
strong.
yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
No thanks,
I'll
lady.
take my leave then.
Okay, take your leave. Okay, so you know, Whiterun is iconic for being modded like crazy. So this is vanilla Whiterun, guys. And this is a vanilla horse. Okay, you see what things look like without mods, right? So usually there's like a little gazebo here they put, or a fire pit. Some mod lists have. People redo the entire tundra with like green grass. So this is what it looks like. Straight from Bethesda. Now, while these textures aren't that amazing, if you look out in the mountains, that's impressive still. I think that still looks pretty good. You can see these clouds, you know, they're a little bit low res. I think I pointed that out in my last playthrough or my last 2-hour run that I had on the Nordic Souls. You can see that the clouds in the sky were also modded. So as usual, we're gonna run through here.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping
We're gonna enter. Maybe we're gonna enter. You just gave me permission to go in. Okay. So we're gonna hit Dragon's Reach. We're gonna take a look around at the city from the top there. We're gonna go inside and then we're gonna run back out. So this is vanilla Whiterun.
Why don't you swallow that stubborn pine?
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days? Everyone is obsessed with death.
Chops and steaks fit for a jarl. Come and see my selection.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here.
Wait, look at that. There's a mod out there that stops you, a guy from jittering running up the stairs in first person. But I don't even see jittering in vanilla going up in first person. And then also jittering happens in third person. I didn't see much jitter there in vanilla either. So that's interesting. Perhaps they fixed it in the Anniversary Edition update. I don't know. But then again, why are those mods still being put in the mod list if that's the case?
Nothing?
Brigands, I can handle.
Okay.
This talk of
This looks really nice.
world gone mad, I say.
We'll take a look at her. We talk to her sometimes in other playthroughs.
Of this interruption. Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving. Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So you can see how without the zoomed
My
in
eyes on you.
conversation camera,
Think very carefully
this is
about
how it
your
looks.
next move. Mind yourself in front of the Jarl, or we'll have serious
Textures.
problems.
Judging by your armor, I'd say you're an Imperial scout. If so, well met.
Interesting how they have they acknowledge the armor that I'm wearing. I have not been perceptive to that, but I thought that they weren't able to do that originally. See, that mountain looks very majestic. I think the original is impressive, just looking at it the way it is.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
You know
Okay,
what's
we'll
wrong
take a
with
peek
Skyrim
inside
these days?
Bellathor's real quick and then we'll head out. So you can see in a lot of the reviews I do, Bellathor's has really nice textures in some of these mod lists out. In fact, all of them.
Everything's for sale, my friend.
I think it's in combination with the lighting that he has going on in here, because right now this looks really good the way it is too right now. I think it looks good. That moose head. The fire. Fire's not bad.
I work for Bella. Come by Bellathor's shop.
I don't remember this guy in the other mod list I ran. I don't remember Bellathor having an assistant like that. That's interesting to see that. You know the beauty about vanilla mod lists, vanilla plus, vanilla plus usually, but also just playing vanilla Skyrim is, I don't have in the back of my head like, when am I gonna crash or should I turn off autosave? None of that is a concern right now. What's concerning though are these textures up close. They're very ugly up close. We're gonna take a look around and see. Look at that. What kind of grass is that? So we're gonna, you know, they're so nice from afar, but up close, yeah, it's terrible. So we're gonna look and see what Bethesda touched. Maybe they touched a few textures in this game, in this state. We'll see if we can find something modern during our playthrough. Alright, we're gonna make our way to Riften and around the map that way. I don't know about you guys, but how do you do it? I think it's there. Okay, so this is the vanilla system for the skill trees. Let's do destruction. I really want to lean into the magic side of this spell blade this time around. Alright. So yeah, so the map, like, I liked Skyrim's map, the original one, this one. To me, this is the nicest version of the map right now, like, because it leaves a lot of fog and like areas that seem like they're unexplored, but just the 3D depth of it and these flat world maps nowadays that are shipping with all the mod lists are nice. They have nice detail to it, but I wish this one would come out with just a mod list that just does, and I think there are some out there actually, but that just leaves um the vanilla map here and maybe just add nice quality of life features to it. And then I think it'd be cool too if you can remove all these markers like the last playlist we did that tells you where the major cities are, and then you really feel like you have to explore the map and see what is what and where like where the cities are. That would add a little bit of adventure, like the adventure feel to the game, especially if it's your first time playing it. Not knowing where the cities are, like that leaves you wondering, like, did I not find a city after like 50 hours in the game? You still think in the back of your head, like, is there a major city? Especially if you don't watch spoilers and know about the game at all, and just kind of immerse yourself for the first time in this experience of Skyrim. Just the thought of like being 50 or 100 hours in a game and not knowing what's on the other side of the map that you haven't got a chance to go to yet. So that's a nice view of Whiterun from here. That's a really nice view. Wow. What time is it? 5:58, so sunset time. Let's see how the nights look. So I didn't touch the difficulty settings. I think this is an adept. So I think that's like what, like medium difficulty. I also rebinded the quick save button, so you don't have to watch me go into menus to save often. But we also have autosave on. Look at that. That's a nice sight to see. The draw distance is really good. Granted, these are maxed out settings, but it is an old, unmodded, Skyrim. So some people have mentioned to me that 2 hours seems like a long time for a review. But I think what we're trying to accomplish here is kind of give you kind of a cross between, like, if you enjoy watching streamers play a game for a couple of hours at a time, you kind of would like this type of content too, but then you also want to see like how the game holds up and how stable it is, to see if the person crashes within the first 2 hours or things like that. And I think that's the little niche that this Modlist review series kind of falls into. It's like a cross between streaming and review, and it also, like, it gives you a good variety of the different ways you can play Skyrim.
Hold it.
Do a little bit of
This is
combat
toll
here.
road, see? You're gonna have to hand over, say, 200 gold if you want to use our road. Fine. I can tell you aren't worth the trouble. Just you should have come here.
I'm gonna get my gold back. Man, you were easy. You gave me trouble on the last Modlist I played, lady. We'll do a little bit more combat. Let's go ahead. Get some potions. What's in here? It's booby trapped. my god. He killed me. I was actually thinking I wouldn't die at all on this playthrough. But I didn't play it safe on that one. Alright, we're gonna zoom past that area to make up some time. Let's look at third-person combat. Yeah, we'll play third person for a little bit and see how that feels. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. So far, this is not a bad experience at all. Like look at the colors in the sky. You know, if you accept it for what it is and you keep your expectations realistic and you kind of forget that mod lists are a thing, this is a pretty cool looking game still, even to play in 2026. Let's try our spark spell on this lady. Yeah, the lighting is really good. I don't know if that was always that way in 2011 or if that's kind of a tweak that they did at Bethesda for this anniversary release. Like as you see, as it encroaches into nightfall, the way the lighting is reacting to the environment, it's not getting too dark in some areas. It's kind of just getting kind of evenly dim throughout. Now I want to see how the rain looks because some of these mod lists have really good, like Alpine even stood out, but even the other lists I played, the rain looks very believable. It's immersive to be stuck in the rain.
Greetings, bro. The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar.
Alright, drug addict. I'll put you out of your misery. The skoom's gonna kill you slowly anyways. Did she just get full health again? Oh my gosh, she got full health again. That was not supposed to happen. Alright, let's get a potion in. I didn't even know she was wearing armor. I thought she was just wearing that rags there. Well, that's good for us. Let's put some of that on. Magicka regenerates 50% faster. Increase Magicka that way. Okay. Alright. Spell sword style. Got the hoodie. Got more Magicka from it. Got some heavy armor. A little bit of light armor. So right now it's 7:31. And I quite like the way the lighting is looking right now in this game. In fact, the graphics right now look, overall, they look really good. I really thought it looked a lot uglier than this before I started playing it today. So that's exactly why we're doing this. It's just to kind of show you, like, with zero mods, you know, how does it look? How does it feel? How does it play? I think it plays pretty well. I'm gonna pick a small fight here. And then we're gonna head out. And I said it before on another list, especially in the Vanilla Plus list, I really like playing first-person combat. I mean, that's the in Skyrim's core. That's the way the game was meant to be played. That's why they kind of left this third-person kind of janky, because it was kind of like a nice to have, but the main bread and butter of the list was first-person. And then, like, you had the option to go to third-person if you just kind of want to check your character out a little bit. See how they look. Especially, it kind of tells you that by the choice of the camera angle and how close it is that it was never meant to be played really, like, entirely in third person. So you gotta kind of respect it for what it is, right? I gotta level up and get these magic spells a little bit stronger. Then we'll really be taking these guys out. So it's full on nighttime. If you look at the sky, I would say the night doesn't look that bad. Granted, I thought there were 2 moons, but there's just one. But the moon is lighting up, the moon rays coming through. You can see the moon rays coming through the trees. That's nice. Okay, just for fun, I picked up a 2-handed sword. So we're gonna play with that a little bit, and we're gonna kind of mess around with the mace later too. Okay, so that's the vanilla grip. Because you see all these animations coming out right now. You grip your weapon differently when you're running for combat, or even out of combat. It just looks different when you're holding your weapons. So this is vanilla style right here. Sprinting with it, 2-handed weapon. And yeah, there's no target lock, right? That's something that came out with that mod. Was it true directional combat? Or true directional... I forgot the exact name of it, but... True directional movement, that's what it was. Alright, this is usually a really nice view, so I'm gonna go over to daytime. And we're gonna take a look at the view and see how it looks. I always try to stop on these runs over here and take a look at it if I remember to. Okay, the depth of field looks nice. Let's see how it looks if you turn it off. Doesn't look like it did anything. You know, I quite like the vanilla trees. I guess it would stand to do better if they added a few more trees, I guess. But it complements the environment really well. Alright, this is the route we usually take. Let's go up there. Why do I hear something that sounds like it's approaching me? I mean, it's not as good as the modern day combat that you see in the modded Skyrim scene, but it's still fun. It's still enjoyable. Here's another nice view right here. Alright, so we're getting close. Not so close, but we have an hour and 27 minutes left. I think I've been kind of stopping and taking in the sights a little too much. So let's see if we can cover some ground and make up for it. You know, I think a lot of people can review a mod list and tell you about it. And then they can tell you how stable it was. Especially if they didn't record it. In hindsight, sometimes they don't remember how many times they crashed. So I really do think the best way, in my opinion, what I would enjoy watching is what I make. Is you see someone play it for 2 hours with your own eyes. I put chapters in there, you know, if you want to kind of just bounce around the video. But if you want to just watch it like a stream, you see someone play it and then you can kind of see what the experience looks like in a more organic way. Instead of like an edited kind of edited like kind of short representation of it. Okay, where are we? Okay, so this is, I think we're gonna hit up a bridge pretty soon and we're gonna cut left. I'm gonna be doing this so often that I almost feel like I could eventually run it without looking at the map. So yeah, that's two-handed greatsword. Let's switch to mace and shield next. Now another thing you can easily forget is that Vanilla Skyrim didn't have the shield on the back. You always had it in your left hand. What is that over there? I don't think I've noticed that before. I've probably been there before. So no true directional movement. So like you see how you turn around like this? And you can kind of like, you can just run backwards. When you're playing true directional movement, this gesture with the controller, you're just looking at your person running forward, facing forward. But with that feature turned off, which you can turn it off in that mod as well, and you can run backwards. He has a little backwards jog animation too. feel like I'm going off course here. Let's shortcut through the woods here. Let's see how it looks to swim in the water. So that's another thing that mods do. A lot of mod lists have weighted water, which slows your character down when they enter the water, which is a nice realism effect. Right here, you can see your character is running as if he's on dry land, which is kind of a weird thing to see once you get used to it the other way. Someone taking shots at me. Alright, let's just kick a couple people's butts if we can. Give me the dogs. I'll take them down. There's the dogs. Anyone else want a piece of this? Come on, get over here. You next? There we go. We got a longbow. We can test out some of that too. I like using shields where you kind of shield bash them like that. I like the way that feels in combat. In fact, I much rather like combat like this. You just can't always get it to feel this way though. In the modern day list, like combat just doesn't feel like that. You got these stagger effects that kind of knock you back or stop your guy from his animation, which I guess that adds realism, right? But also that just stops you from pressing the attack like you normally would. Steel sword looks good. Okay, also the beauty of Vanilla Skyrim, you can save in the middle of a fight. Alright. Let's take this guy out with our bow. I'm probably gonna exceed 2 hours on this run because we're not testing stability. We're making a reference video, so I'm gonna make sure that I hit every single. I'm gonna make sure I hit every single city. I like the way the vanilla bow feels. I also got used to using poisons nowadays. When you kill these spiders, usually I just like ignore the poison in their inventory. But, I mean, like, I have a poison bow now. These are from the spiders in the beginning in Helgen, the caves. And you can just apply it so easily from your favorites menu. So overall, combat feels good. I like it. It feels like classic Skyrim. And that's not bad. I think the bow feels good. And nothing beats the feeling that this game is going to behave the way it's supposed to, and it's not going to crash out on you. And that if you have to delete it, you can download it again and it'll still have your save file. And it's not going to have any compatibility issues. Yeah, I gotta keep beefing up my magic if I want to do some more damage. So let's switch back to how we were running it before. But this time, thanks to that bandit, take the fight with me. I have a steel sword. Okay. I'm just keeping the timer going just to see how far we make it in 2 hours, but I'm really gonna run all the cities as I mentioned and all the towns because I want the chapters in this video to be a good reference point to go back and see if you singled out a mod list that I've reviewed that you really like, but you want to see like what's different about like this town or this city or the combat even. You can kind of go back and see how it looks different. Granted, I don't run the exact same format and direction in the towns, but you could still piece it together pretty easily. I thought I could make it over there. I don't think you're even supposed to get through there that way. But now I kind of want to, so let's try it. Let's try one more time. If we get rejected again, then we'll stop. Yeah, I don't think you can get over that way. I think either I'm clipping the wall there or I'm getting rejected from like an invisible boundary.
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax. For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter?
I don't even know if I have that much gold.
It's been a pleasure
I do.
doing business with you. Let me open the gate.
I got it. You don't have to open it. Rook. Okay, Riften.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? You could pretend not to hear me.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment?
We're gonna run through B and Barb. We're gonna head out.
Heed my word.
Looking for work?
Well, we'll do a quick
Turn of
lap around the
dragons
town.
is not mere coincidence. This is one of the signs. The signs that Lady Mara is displeased with your constant inebriation. Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquor. Are you feeling sick?
It doesn't look bad. Someone asked me if I'm feeling sick. I wonder if I caught some kind of disease. Ataxia. Okay. Well, if we come across a cure disease, we'll take it.
If you're looking for a handout,
You want to make some coins?
my
Come
husband.
find me. Elka, I wanted to talk about that suit of leather armor you sold me. The fasteners are already
Fine. It'll be 5 seconds to repair it.
Okay, next stop. We're hitting up Windhelm. which is... Where's my marker on the map, on the mini map? Can you not see it? I marked it. I don't quite see it. But it's that direction, so I'm gonna keep running that direction. Okay, oh well, the water does ripple with your movements in vanilla. I always thought that was kind of a advanced like thing that mods added. We're gonna find out today if... I noticed a few playthroughs ago that Solitude has a current in the water in the docks area. We're gonna find out today if that's a mod or if that's vanilla. Something's making me think now that it was always there and it's a vanilla thing. We'll find out. You know what? I could use some gear. Let me see how I hold up attacking these guys. I can already see I'll get a new helmet from that guy. So far, the spell sword is kicking butt, man. Best of both worlds. Okay. I'm gonna take your helmet. And whatever else you got. There we go. How's this guy look now? Alright. Let's see. Who else is here? Oh, you know what? I didn't wear a helmet on purpose. I wanted the magicka from the hoodie. Where's the hoodie at? Is that everybody out here? Thought I heard somebody. Over there. There's somebody on my mini-map there. Or on the compass. Where are you? We're playing hide and seek, buddy? Let's go. Come on, where are you? Are you out here? He's up there, isn't he? He's probably on that platform there. Let's go check it out. Hopefully he makes it worth my while and has something good on him. Yeah, there he is. Oh, that was kind of satisfying. Nothing good on him though. Alright, let's continue our run. I think our guy's actually getting strong enough where we can just go into a bandit camp and clean house. I think also something worth noting is when you have immersive equipment displays, which is like a standard item in almost every mod list nowadays, you have your favorited items like all equipped on you. So you have like a bunch of weapons on your guy. In this case, in vanilla, which I often forget, is that's not the case. So usually when you favorite it, it's on you. But right now, say I favor the longbow. I don't have the longbow on me. So it's really just a weapon you have equipped. And that goes for shields too. So you don't have some shield that's like on you the whole time if it's your favorite shield. Only if you equip it. But the arrows are always on your back, it seems. Unless you unequip it specifically. Yeah, like that. Yeah, textures are still hideous. It's amazing though, like you can have such ugly textures, but when you're far away from it, together it paints a pretty picture, like what you see here. Alright, I'm gonna ditch the controller a little bit. We're gonna switch to mouse and keyboard. Can we? You know what? We can't. I guess once you commit with a controller, you might have to restart the game if you want to go back. What's interesting though is that I could go from keyboard to controller, no problem. But I believe there's a mod like that out there because of this reason, is because you can't switch back. Gotta level up our magic, so our destruction, so let's try and lean into that. In fact, let's lean into it heavy enough that we have it equipped on both hands. I quite like Vanilla Skyrim. It's actually, I'm having a good time. I can tell you right now, if I just bought this on Steam and I'm considering returning it after 2 hours, I would not. I would keep it and keep playing it, even if there is no such thing as modded Skyrim and this is the game itself that I have to play. I think I would keep it, which says a lot because there's some modern day games that I would buy and like, nah, it's not for me. I gotta return it. all my Skyrim playthroughs, I've never chosen to be a full sorcerer, but I can see the appeal to it now. I'm quite intrigued. The only thing is that modded Skyrim, a lot of the lists ditch flame and spark because it's just weak, and they go with just like fireball, and like casting a fireball and throwing it just isn't as fun as channeling a spell like the lightning sparks and the flames. It doesn't have the same feeling. And again, also worth noting is that markers don't show up on your compass. So you gotta keep checking back. Or you gotta have an idea like, okay, that's north, is it? So just keep heading north. So far the LODs are really good too. Like I don't see any poppin'. Ooh, that was satisfying. Alright, let's see. Can we do anything with our destruction? Let's up our magicka more. And what are we, level 25? That sounds good to me. Let's do that. It was already powerful. Now we're like even more powerful. Wait, what? What?
Know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim?
What? They attacked me on sight and they're Stormcloaks, so I wonder if they remember me attacking them from Helgen, because in Helgen I had attacked them like in an early on scene where you didn't really have to. Okay, an hour left on the 2-hour timer. Let's see how far we make it out of curiosity in 2 hours. I got an arrow in my head. It reminds me of what is it? Happy Gilmore, the guy with the hammer in his head or the nail in his head, the giant guy. I don't know if you guys even seen that movie. Even the newest one is funny too, though. Let's see. Steel arrows. Maybe I'll use your dagger. That's good. So considering that they react to your armor, because the guy in Whiterun commented that I was wearing Imperial armor earlier. I wonder if I dress like them, will they not attack me anymore? If I dress like a Stormcloak? Because I'm literally about to go to Windhelm, and I'm wondering now, are they going to attack me on sight? Or at least have a bounty on me? We'll see. If we do have a bounty, I don't think I'm going to put up a fight, because then we can't really see Windhelm in that case. So what I'll do is I'll just go to jail and spend some time, and then come out. All right, that's another mod that I just remembered existed. So, sprinting and running, sprinting and jumping is not a thing in Vanilla Skyrim. You cannot do that. I just tried to do it and nothing happened when I pressed the jump button while I was sprinting. Yeah. So there's another difference there. So far, performance is quite easy for the computer to handle. This 9070 XT is holding at steady 60 FPS at 52% GPU usage and 44% CPU on the 9700 Ryzen. Now we get to see how snow looks. Again, I used to say in a lot of these reviews, snow is so hard to get to look good.
By order of the Jarl, stop right there.
Oh, I can just pay it off. 40 gold?
Man,
Do I have 40 gold? Oh yeah. Okay. That's weird though. They still transported me into the town. It's not bad. Let's go check out Ulfric's throne. His throne room.
Give us a straight answer.
It's no secret the Aretino boy is doing some ritual, trying to call the Dark Brother.
Don't be so sure
But
of
who's
that.
going to stop him?
We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's
Ah, so that's one right here. So in
They all know
modded
that.
Skyrim, almost all of them, there's an additional room up here you can run to. But over here, it's just a wall.
if by message you
So
mean
that's a difference with the palace. So I guess there's a
Take
there's a very subtle overhaul in these palaces that I wasn't aware of
statement.
in the in Ulfric's palace. So here's an interesting observation. There's not much snow in Windhelm, in Vanilla Skyrim, and I think maybe they knew that the snow was kind of a hard thing to make. So if you look at a lot of different mod lists, there's snow everywhere in Windhelm, but this not so much. I kind of like it with less snow.
I didn't touch it.
We're gonna do a quick run around real quick, and then we're gonna head out.
Did you look behind the forge? I think I saw it there.
Yeah, they do a really good job at making things look good. Like if you don't focus in on the fine detail of the textures, and like you kind of let the motion blur do its thing, and the graphics look really good. And the lighting, surprisingly, I thought the lighting would be terrible, but the lighting's actually pretty good in this vanilla game. I do think that they really didn't touch the character models much though. So yeah, right now what I would say what I like more about Vanilla Skyrim than modded Skyrim is one, the map, right? I like this style map a lot. I like it a lot. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only guy out there that likes it, or person out there that likes it. I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel the same way. It just adds a lot of mystery to the game still, the way it's laid out. And again, especially if you make a modded version of this map with like some quality of life features, but also you remove the markers of where the towns are, and then they only show up as you get there, then I think that's pretty cool to keep the way it is. I kind of dig the color grading that they use on vanilla as well. Granted, some lighting scenarios, especially indoors, look not as good as you would find in Modlists, but like I don't know, it just has that classic vibe, that classic vibe that Skyrim gave you. Okay, so we're off to Winterhold next. And then we're gonna head to Dawnstar. And then from Dawnstar to Morthal. Morthal to Solitude. Solitude the Dragon's Bridge. Dragon's Bridge over to Markarth. And then Markarth to Falkreath. And then we'll end the run. And we have 50 minutes left.
It's good to see another but you look tired.
Not right now, bro.
May your adventures find you to fame and fortune.
Okay, so like now the marker shows up on the compass. So I don't know, maybe I was blind earlier, or maybe it was not working the way it was supposed to, but at least now I have a good steady direction on where to go. Yeah, like they really capture the vibe of like this really snowy region where it's kind of like dark and gloomy. The snow is not so white that it's kind of shining off the sun for you. And like, granted, it's almost nighttime. Let's see how it looks in the day. Yeah, it still has kind of like that muted, kind of dark fantasy type of vibe to it. I guess it depends on what mood you're in, right? Because I play Elder Gleam. That was the first mod list I was introduced to. And I kind of liked how colorful it was. Kind of like cartoony in a way. But it's not the same vibe. So it depends on the mood you're in. Same goes for Alpine when I reviewed that. Like if you're in the mood for like a dark fantasy game, like that's Vanilla Plus. So kind of like this but just enhanced. That's a good one to kind of have as an alternative if you like this style. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's not like directly up that way. I got turned around somewhere. To the right, I think. Yeah, this way. This is where all those necromancers were attacking me in my last run through here. Oh my god.
Did you hear something?
Okay, I had just saved before I went in there. Let me try sparks. You killed yourself?
Fire Frost. You will suffer at my hand.
That skeleton didn't look half bad. I am really hurt though. Let's hope nobody else knows I'm here. God, it was literally who was gonna get that shot off next, because if he shot me one more time, I'd be dead. That was a close call. Definitely need to get a healing spell on this guy.
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. The United Empire is better for everyone.
Yeah, channeling the magic is definitely the funnest way to do magic in this game. Again, I don't know why a lot of the overhauls on the magic system kind of got rid of the channeling spells, because it's the most satisfying, to be honest. I swear these people, this Vanilla Skyrim, it seems like they're smarter than I give them credit for. I just was talking about magic and this guy just mentioned it. Alright, so of all the playthroughs we did so far on the reviews, they have all had modified, they all had overhauled Winterhold. So now we're gonna take a look at it and remember what vanilla Winterhold looks like. This is it. Definitely not like how it looks in a lot of these modern day lists.
Staying safe, I hope.
Don't just walk away from me. Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, that's it. We'll see if we can get a peek inside. Let's try and see if they'll let us in. I forgot how it goes on the vanilla game, how you get in.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive most who are. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom, perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within? Ah, the immortal plane. It would seem that the college has what you seek. Not just anyone is allowed in. A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort. Excellent. A standard spell for one skilled in destruction. I look forward to it. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? There's nothing more I can teach you. It's been a pleasure.
So in the modded one, she walks you over to the college in the modded list typically. But this one, no, she just kind of just lets you keep going. That was easy. Okay. Wait, did she just let us go or not? I might be wrong. I think I was supposed to talk to her more. Yeah, Winterhold is much smaller than the overhaul version of it.
Winterhold's glory days. If you can pass the test, then yes. Excellent. Yes, you were going to demonstrate your ability, were you not? No? Very well. It's your choice. No? Well, if you think you're capable. Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They also sell. No? Very well. It's your choice. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast.
Do you have that spell? Firebolt. 500 gold? I got 11. I can't afford that. Okay. Alright, well. It's alright. That's Winterhold. You kind of get the gist of it. Now, how do we get on our path out of here? Is it up here? We're heading to Dawnstar next. The sound effects, like the ambiance and the magic sounds, it's not bad. I see a lot of overhauls out there that are redoing the sound, but like that sounds good to me. Even like it sounds like thunder when you let go. Usually I look for that tower up there when I'm in this area, and then I make my way down over the ridge after that. So let's go do that. $34 left. I think we're gonna get pretty close actually. I wonder what city I'm gonna get to at the 2-hour mark. Coming up on an Imperial encampment here.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got
Like,
what
see,
it
from
takes,
here,
headquarters is
the
in
tent
Solitude.
textures look good.
Keep your guard up.
And then you get close, and you're like, what the hell is that? I guess in 2011 you gotta work with what you got, right? And they did pull it off. Unless you get up close to things. It looks amazing. Dawnstar should just be around this ridge here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is Vanilla Dawnstar. I think I don't remember it being this snowy in some of the Skyrim Modlists that we play. So maybe that vibe has kind of been taken away. I've never seen this boat here before either. I wonder if it's something that comes and goes.
No offense. By inheritance, I've been trying to take the last trade we did. Some fine cut sailors. If you're not afraid of a little exploring, I'll pay good gold to get those salts.
I plan to spend all the days I got left on the water. It's where I belong.
So yeah, this is Dawnstar. This is Vanilla. think the Jarl's building is not as big as some mods make it, or maybe it's just not done up. It's done up in a lot simpler way.
For mine's sake, Skull. Who do you think we're threatening with our old war wounds? We're not soldiers anymore.
I'm gonna check out the inn real quick.
It's a curse. It has to be. I've got to get out of this town.
It's just not bad lighting. This looks good. To me, in my opinion, this looks good. It's acceptable. The textures, though, I'm so used to looking down and having nice textures on the wood in these on the ground on these inns. But yeah, the vanilla still has their classic, heavily pixelated ground textures.
But they must be an omen.
Give him a chance to speak. He's trying to help us.
Everyone, please. I'm doing what I can to end these nightmares. In the meantime, all I ask is you remain strong and put your trust.
Okay, let's make our way to Solitude next, which is right over here, and we're gonna test these waters here to see if there's a current in there, just like how I got caught in the current on a playthrough a few times ago. I wonder if the Santa Claus guy is still here. I mean, his reindeer is here. It's so funny that you can ride a reindeer. I've never had a pet. I've never had any horse like that, or I haven't had a steed in this game other than a horse.
Yes? Take a look.
What's this guy sell? Woodcutter axe.
Take a look. All right then.
Did he just kill these guys? No, the wolf did, right? Ooh, that's a good kill move. That was satisfying. Where are you? The jack of all trades. We're gonna switch to bow and see if we gotta take out this last guy. Where'd he go? You see, the Vanilla Skyrim rewards you for being kind of a jack of all trades. You level up your different skills, it'll level your guy up faster. $25 minutes left. It's interesting to see the way the environment looks in the different biomes, and not just in vanilla Skyrim, but in all the mod lists too. It definitely has a more ominous vibe here though than it does in most mod lists.
What was that? Time to end this.
Okay, switch to let's do greatsword. That went really well. I don't remember it being snowy next to Solitude like this. Do you guys remember it being snowy? Look at this water, it's frozen. That's really interesting. Okay, I'm getting attacked big time right now. Ooh, the water saved me. Gotcha, sucker. Who else wants this? Where do these guys even come from? Okay, this is more like... Wow, this is really nice. How's it holding up? So this area is usually really demanding graphically. So right now we are 58% usage, so it's pretty much the same as other areas are. Again, look at the what the hell? Who did that? You did. Texture is like terrible up close, but like from afar, it paints a really nice picture. These guys are really weak to fire or something. I'm taking them out like pretty instantly. Look at that. Solitude. Even in vanilla Skyrim, it still looks impressive from a distance. Wow. Alright, let's test this water out for a current. Let's see if we can swim across to the docks. If we can without much resistance, then... Yeah, the way that I see the water flowing though, it suggests there's a current there. So let's see. Oh yeah, so the mod, it is a mod that causes the current. I mean, our guy's floating a little, but... Was it Mages and Vikings? Was the first list where I noticed, like, I can hardly swim across this waterway. I couldn't actually, because the current was too strong. And that's the first time I had noticed it, because I swear I've swam across that no problem before, just like I did now. So this is Vanilla Solitude. If you played Skyrim before, then this is familiar to you, but if you've only played modded Skyrim, then this actually looks different to you. I'm impressed with the lighting. Look at that. That's nice. I can dig the vibe that it's going for.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rickon.
Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Get on with it!
Traitor! You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
They're all hard-headed.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torring. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak! There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torring. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way.
I feel bad for this guy. He has a point. It was a fair combat. I wonder if there's any scenario where you can save him. They should make a... I wonder, you let me know if there's a mod for that, but I wonder if there's a mod where you can save him and then like he becomes a follower.
I go to Sovngarde.
Poor guy. Alright, so here we are. This is Vanilla Skyrim Anniversary Edition Solitude. And I must tell you, it is not half bad. It looks pretty good to me. The blacksmith here.
Off the coast a ways to the east, you'll find the wreck of the Brine Hammer. Never know what treasures may still be aboard.
What do you need? The Blue Palace. All this time I've never realized it had a blue roof. Alright, so we're gonna make a run through, say hi to Elisif, and then we're gonna head out.
Please don't interrupt the court.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the...
Proudspire Manor. Now there's a fine home. Up for sale too. If you're interested,
That's as the sun, what time is it? 6 p.m. It's the sun setting. This is really impressive to look at. I was not expecting to be impressed today with Vanilla Skyrim.
Mind yourself in my city, friend. This here axe in full swing is a right terrible sight.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the... Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Something, I don't know why. I feel like the people, some of these NPCs have had a makeover visually. They look a little bit more refined than some others. If you have them like next to each other.
Wander...
Let's see, should we buy something from him?
Pretty much anything to suit your needs.
We have 249 gold. Steel armor, 97. No, how much is it? 847. No, I'll take my chances out there.
And always wear your armor.
Look at that lighting, man. That looks so good.
Spare some gold for a veteran?
Alright, well that is Solitude. Let's check out Dragon Bridge next. You know what there needs to be? There needs to be an EMB that comes out that keeps the same kind of color grading that this has. Improves it indoors, I guess, in some ways, but kind of tries to keep it as close as possible to this vibe, to this color grading style. Because I really think that would sell some people on it. Because right now, playing this vanilla list, you know, I'm kind of sad. I gotta go back to lists that don't have this the same style to it. And these trees look, I mean, they're vanilla trees, but I mean, it's Skyrim trees, you know?
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura.
Sometimes you veer so far off the mark of what it used to be that it becomes something else. And I think that's the mindset of a lot of Vanilla Plus Modlist authors, or even players, is that like you don't want to take away from what Skyrim was.
Be careful.
I think a big
you've got there, friend. Iron, solid, and
a big Dragon's Bridge looks really nice. This time of day too, 7:13 p.m. It looks really good. Okay, usually we make our way through the back, follow the river to Markarth, so let's do that. But also, we're not going to let it be nighttime for too long, because I want to keep it daytime for the footage. So we're going to wait for it to get a little darker, and then we're going to explore in the day again. Let's explore in the daytime again. Right here, the lighting looks really good. Oh, I leveled up. Let's put a little bit of survivability on us. You tell me what you think, but I think this right here looks like it as good as any mod list right now. I mean, again, from afar, right, it comes apart when you go up close, but I mean, you'll see that in some of the mod lists too. Some of the textures are not perfect. Some of them kind of look like old, dated textures. And that's the balance you gotta find, right? Because you want to maintain performance, so you can't upscale all your textures. And I think what Bethesda did here was that they knew that it overall looks really good from afar, and they could get it to run on like old systems before, and so they used that technique where like they really made the texture look really good from afar somehow, the way they did it, that it sells you on that the graphics are better than they really are. Like these trees are a good example. Like these trees look amazing, but when you go up close to it, you're like, what the hell is that? Or like, what is that? We really need a healing spell because we don't have any potions right now, I don't think. Yeah, we do not. Do we still have that ataxia and rock joint? Jesus. It's been so long since I played modded Skyrim that I thought, or that I played vanilla Skyrim, that I thought that was a mod, but I guess vanilla has that in it. Perhaps it's an Anniversary Edition like add-on. So like Anniversary Edition, it downloads a bunch of I don't know if you can quite call them mods, because then, you know, it's overall still like a vanilla game, but it downloads a bunch of Creation Club items. Where am I? Did I overshoot? No. Okay, there it is. So I don't know, it adds it to it. So maybe the diseases is part of the, it's not a special edition thing, but a Anniversary Edition thing. I am having fun with this spell sword though. More fun than I thought I'd be having. And it kind of makes me want to go back on my main playthrough right now that I'm working on in the Apostasy mod list, and kind of seeing how I can convert my guy to a spell sword. Because right now my guy in that playthrough is I have him like role playing as like a dragonborn kind of barbarian type of Nord, where he specializes in and shouts and two-handed weapons. So he just rocks like a two-handed axe, two-handed sword, and a two-handed mace, and then does shouts mainly, and that's kind of his style. But this is pretty fun. I think what's really cool that some mod lists add too, though. Oh wow, I just wandered into like the den of the bad guys.
Victory is yours.
Yeah, I gotta play it right here. Oh, that was a close one. I thought I was gonna get taken down. I should save. So we're coming up on 2 minutes left. I think if we had stopped at the 2-hour mark, we would have made it to Markarth just about. Let's see. Yeah, there it is, right there in the distance. Jesus. The night looks really good. It's not too dark, it's well lit, but still gives off like a nice kind of yeah, like a ominous vibe to it. And that wasn't Markarth, was it? It was like some Dwemer ruins. Yeah. Still got a ways to go. Jesus. It's her again.
I knew it.
What are these people? That guy just spit poison at me? Afflicted. Why is she so strong? She's so strong. Is she a boss? She just spat poison at me. What the... What was that? I've never even come across NPCs like that before. And she was like wearing no armor at all. She was taking so much damage, no problem. Okay, that's a 2-hour mark. So we're just gonna go. This is after, is it called overtime? We're overtime now. We're not gonna go back there because that's a fight that's gonna be kind of time consuming and I might just die again. So we're just gonna make our way to Markarth as planned. Let's turn it back to daytime. If you could play the soundtrack without having to worry about copyright, I think this would even it would enhance the vanilla soundtrack on this on Skyrim is pretty good. So like it would totally enhance the experience, especially if you played Skyrim originally. It'll kind of give you that nostalgia back too. You know, your memory kind of gets jogged with the music that comes up. Which way should I go? This is nice too. See, like the map that the vanilla map has is it's kind of vague where you gotta still figure out how to navigate. It doesn't. The flat map kind of shows you a little bit more like roads and where to run. Well, this one like it encourages you to figure out how to traverse the terrain, and then sometimes you'll stumble across something new that you never thought it was there before. Basically, it encourages exploration is what I'm trying to say. All right, we have some high ground here. Came across a barrel, it looks like. What is this place? Well, let's go. Let's just get close enough to get the fast travel point. We can get the name of it. Man, okay, yeah, I know this place. This place is. I got my butt kicked in here once. I gotcha, sucker. You almost got me. He came charging at me. That's actually a better bow than my bow. So I will start using that one. Thank you very much. Looks cooler too. Yeah, that looks cooler. Let's rock the bow for a little bit. Not that way, I don't think, right? Go that way? Maybe it zigzags and then goes to flat ground up there. Let's see. No matter how many times you play Skyrim, sometimes you still stumble across areas that are unfamiliar to you. I don't know many games you can play like thousands of hours and still have that experience. Wow, look how high up we are. There it is. Okay, we're just gonna scale down the mountain here. So yeah, like first person combat, I think is the way to play it for sure. This and the Vanilla Plus mod list. I think that that's the way this game was designed to be played. And I do think that even though they introduced the mechanics in a lot of modern day mod lists where there's a stagger effect that knocks your guy back when you're trying to attack, even though that effect adds a little bit of realism, you end up like in an irritating way, just keep getting like jerked around when you're trying to attack. You just get smacked and then your attack gets cancelled. And I'm sure there's a way to fine tune it, but
I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
this guy's distracting me while this lady gets killed. Damn, courier! I was gonna try and save her. Wait, what? Wait, what? I thought that was her running up the stairs. Okay, so when we're here, the shrine. This is Markarth. First of all, let's establish that this is pretty nice. I like the way the stone kind of the color of the stone blends into the mountain. And let's go check out the Shrine of Talos. That's where I always check out to see how the lighting indoors is. Yeah, so you can see the lighting kind of falls apart indoors in Vanilla Skyrim. His strength is definitely outdoors. You can see that the candles are letting off kind of a weird hue to it. But overall, I mean, it's still not bad looking.
You don't know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen entering the...
You know, I was making this video to see how far we've come, to compare how far we've come to modern day mod lists of Skyrim and Vanilla Skyrim. But the more I'm playing it, the less I think it's gonna make a solid point, because I think it looks pretty dang good the way it is. Especially if you don't have great hardware. You could play this, especially on 2K, you could play this at max settings and have a really good time on like a potato PC probably. In fact, I remember the last time I played Vanilla Skyrim on a PC and like actually put hundreds of hours into it was like 2012 2012ish. I was playing on like a Dell laptop that I bought. It had like integrated graphics on it, but like I was able to put hundreds of hours into it. This is always a nice sight to see. With the like the blades hideout up there. So, I know we hit the 2-hour mark, but I'll give my answer now too. I would not refund this on Steam if this was my first time playing it. Even more so if it was my first time, even more so, because I'd be having a blast just trying to discover everything for the first time. Jesus. Okay, first of all, let's save real quick. And then second of all, I thought I was gonna die on that one. Okay. I think wine has some perks, right? Wine. No, okay. I think that's a Simon Rim thing or some kind of gourmet mod that adds like a long-term effect where like you get a magicka buff for drinking wine. Yeah, they don't really reward you much for consuming food inside of vanilla compared to what there is out now on the different mod lists out there right now. Destruction 30. All right. I think we can buff our destruction magic as soon as we level up. So 60 FPS, 54% usage. That's kind of like where it hovers around. From what every time I check, it seems like that's what it's where it's at. Color me impressed. It is really good. It's not disappointing me. It goes to show you there is also a niche or just a good market to just have a really lightly modded Skyrim, and like you could even do it, learn a little bit about modding and like take it on yourself to add like maybe 100 mods, because this is good the way it is. So like if you just add like 100 like little quality of life mods that make like nice to have tweaks for yourself, but still kind of keep the overall stability, I think you'd have a good time doing that too. You're not missing out too much. So we're gonna make our way to Falkreath, and then we're gonna wrap it up there, and that'll complete the circle for the most part. I mean, if we really want to complete it, we'd run back to Riverwood, but no, we're gonna just go to Falkreath. And then we would have traversed the whole map, at least the perimeter of it. I had a good time. And I don't see that changing before the run is done. I'm really enjoying the magic. The channeling magic. Awesome. Look at that. That's even more of a spell sword right there. I can add that. And now I got an electric sword and electric hand. I like that it shows the enchantment on... Is that the enchantment? On the bottom right? thought you were gonna come at me. So grass textures, this actually doesn't look half bad. Look at that. That actually looks pretty good. And these trees, of course, they look really good, you know, from afar. I wonder when they were making Skyrim if they knew what a masterpiece of a game they were making. They must have had this gut feeling like this game was gonna be something that outlasts so many other games that come out. I don't know of any other game that like survived through all these years with such a fan base that just stayed. Again, no knockback effects, but like the game is still so satisfying to play in combat. Let's see. All right, there we go. Nice. You even got a fire axe there too to go with the fire spell. So we can pair that up. Like that. I think the sound effects, again, I said it earlier, I think the sound effects on the magic sound really good. This Spriggan's gonna kill me if I don't play the terrain game with it. Oh my god. Oh, that's irritating. Okay, I think we're just gonna run. As much as it hurts my ego to run, I think we're gonna run. Okay, especially more so now that there's two of them. They just completely killed me. Okay. We're gonna have to find a way to escape because I saved right there. We can't just keep dying over and over again. No, no, no. She like poisons me or something. Okay, we have a chance to get away now. Oh my god. Goes to show you that Vanilla Skyrim is still dangerous in a lot of ways. Did he just like make that moose come at me? I've never even seen an aggressive moose before in this game. Or aggressive deer. My goodness. I even thousands of hours, like over 1,000 hours at least. I think over 2,000 maybe my whole lifetime. I've never seen a deer come at me like that before. Yeah, what's going on here? Okay, they see me. There's one more guy, right? Where'd they go? Yeah, even this. I don't even know. I don't know this place. So many little hidden areas. Just off the beaten path. Alright, I think right over this ridge you should be able to see. Yeah, there you go, Falkreath. Hopefully that's the last of the enemies. I don't know why I still see the Spriggan. Is he chasing me down still? Let me save here. Okay, they're gone. Okay, so this is Falkreath. Oh, I'm glad it started raining. Is it raining? We can see how the rain looks now. Okay, so the rain... There's a mod called Splashes of Skyrim, which adds splashes on the ground and in the water. As you can see, Vanilla Skyrim doesn't have that effect. Though it still looks really nice right now. But the rain is like a drizzle. It's not really coming down so super hard. But it still kind of adds a what do you call it? Like a ambiance to the world. Ambiance is what I'm looking for. It sets the tone of the area. It gives it some realism. You look scary. Okay, so we are here in Falkreath. This looks really nice. The textures look really good.
But it'll stop enough to keep you in the fight.
And now we're not going to be able to hit all the towns and cities in our 2-hour run each time, but we're going to hit a combination of them. And so I wanted this video to kind of be a good reference point to go back again to hit all the chapters and see a comparison
What's a milk drinker like you
between
doing out here? Go
her face.
home
Her
to
face
your
looks
mother.
smoother than the rest.
You don't
See, so
look
some of
too
them
good.
look
Feeling
done up.
all right?
Anyways, I want it to be a good reference, and so I wanted to go a little overtime today and hit all the different areas. And I also want to get a little bit more involved in some of the combat for you guys to see that part of it too. I think we'll just hang out right here. But I think overall this was a good experience. I don't think I'll be playing Vanilla Skyrim over modded Skyrim. That being said, I think if someone only has access to Vanilla Skyrim on PC especially, but I think even PlayStation, I think PlayStation might be given away for free right now for the special edition one. Xbox, or Switch 2, even Switch 1. Switch 1 is kind of a bad experience actually. In Switch 2 maybe because it's 30 FPS it's bad. Anywhere you can play it at 60 FPS, and you don't have access to a computer to get modded Skyrim, or you don't want to deal with all the mod lists and the instability, I think it's a great experience, even in 2026. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to give a rating as usual over here. And then kind of just take it for what it is. This is more so a reference video. I don't not mean to offend anyone who's a diehard Vanilla Skyrim player. But of course, I have to rate it fairly against, you know, the mod lists that exist out there that work hard to improve it to what it is now and what their representation is of it. So I'm going to rate it according to that. Again, it was 5 out of 5 in 2011. There's no doubt about it. Today, it's got some stiff competition. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video. Appreciate you watching. I'll leave some other videos for you to check out in this series in just a moment at the end of the video. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.